something happened that's never happened before, and we inadvertently stopped the show. And Craig and I were just wrapping up, and we were reminiscing how it was literally the best half hour of content we've ever put out.
Fantastic.
And then my stomach dropped when I realized it was a lot. And I was like, wait a minute. And then we went back and looked at the history. And King Arthur himself, Scott, when he bounced out, hit in stream. Now, why did I say King Arthur? I think that was I was making a light of his beautiful haircut because I call it a bob, and then I said, reminded me of Shrek, the king from the king from Shrek, right, Craig?
Right.
And
Right.
we're recreating, the show that we just did. we're recreating the show that we just did, and there he is. So let's pull it up. All right. So that haircut right there, that's where I got that from. But well, hi Aiden. Hi, I'm doing a live show. No problem.
Hey, bud.
Hey, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Nana. So this is what happens when you do a live show from home. Your son gets out of the pool and wants to come over and say hi to the show. Aiden, say hi, everybody.
Hey, Aiden.
Say hi.
Do you remember me from a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, here comes Grandpa. Come on. Grandpa's going to grab him. Thank you. Pick him up, please. There we go. Yeah, you want to say hi? Isabella's fresh from the pool. She wants to say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
How are you?
This is Isabella, my 4-year-old.
Isabella, you've got unicorns, and do you have princesses on your shirt?
She might. I don't know. She has rainbows and stars.
Rainbows.
Yeah, she can't hear you because you can't hear Craig, but he's asking about your beautiful shirt. Okay, I love you. Okay, see you later. Bye bye. All right. So
love it.
All right, Craig. We our favorite segment. We got to jump right back into it.
Yeah.
Get to know us. Get to know Craig and Ted. Scott is changing smoke alarms and what else is going on. So
going on a date.
One of us had or has an extensive ant collection, and not just any ant collection. There's a very
grown man ant collection.
No, well, it could be a grown man ant collection.
Could be.
If it has or have, it's the type of ant that's in it. Anybody could have a little carpenter ant farm. But this person went above and beyond with the ant farm they decided to have. These ant farms are harder to maintain.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
This next person was the president of the Rocket Club. The president of the Rocket Club. I mean, really into rockets.
Yes.
So I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right. So that's that. Now, Craig, we were going to talk about a really cool neighborhood in Corona, I believe, called Terramore, right?
Right.
All right. I'm going to bring it up here.
So the last few times we've talked about neighborhoods, they've all kind of been down in the same area. We had Bedford. Prior to that, we had the Retreat, and now Terramore. And Bedford is actually Corona. The Retreat and Terramore are this new sort of city. I don't know if it's an incorporated city or not, but they're calling it Temescal Canyon. So it's a cool spot, kind of becoming its own thing.
Does that have its own police force, its own city mayor and all that? Or is it just kind of
it's all sheriff. It was unincorporated Corona for a long time, and they wanted to have their own identity, but they're still patrolled by sheriff and county fire and all that kind of stuff.
Craig, give me 2 seconds, buddy. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, keep talking.
Okay. So Terramore, it's kind of weird to do this. I don't even have a camera on screen. Terramore is a unique community because it's about 2/3 of it is 55 plus, and the other 1/3 is all families. And they've got a few different builders out there. Del Webb building the 55 plus. Ted, hit mute.
It's Estelle, you can hear him in the background. Excuse me 1 second. Keep talking.
KB built out there. I can't think of all the, here, I can just go on their website too. Check this out. Um, KB, although you won't see KB on this website, but they did. They built some homes out there. Um, you've got Richmond American. They built a bunch of homes, and one more, Tri Point. So really neat community, and it's a lot like the Bedford community, where it's bringing the indoor living experience in their community area, their clubhouse or whatever. They're kind of bringing that indoor outdoor. So
That's
there's
great.
some outdoor seating, fire pits, two pools, an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. Um,
I tried hitting that
couple
indoor outdoor pool. I hit the fire pit on cue, and I was hoping I could hit the indoor. There's the indoor pool. I was trying to hit it at the same time when I was queuing through it. And I apologize for the noise, by the way.
That's all good.
Yeah, there's that saltwater pool. You got
Yes.
the exercise bikes. Now,
Yep.
can if you don't live in the community, can you still get access to the clubhouse? Sometimes you can buy memberships and come enjoy the amenities, or do you have to be a resident of the community to enjoy it?
I believe you have to be a resident or a guest, and there's probably, I don't know for sure, but there's probably a guest limit.
Got it.
Now, you could rent as a resident. You could rent out the clubhouse for a couple of hours and do a
Oh,
party, um,
nice.
or a section of it. But
Do they have on-site dining, like restaurants? Are they that?
I don't think so. But that would be smart. I don't think they have a whole lot of land. It's all terraced there, which is kind of cool.
Got it.
Um, we were kind of joking before we lost the feed, or after we lost the feed.
Yeah,
We'll see how cool terraced is. Look,
yeah.
that's like a kitchen. Did you see that?
I did. It
Um,
was on the back screen there, the outdoor kitchen.
yeah. So if you did a party, you could bring in a chef
Yeah.
and kind of cook and do that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with the next earthquake to see if the terraced.
You know what? My money's on the terraced.
Oh,
I want
absolutely.
you to notice that. You probably not aware of this. You've never built anything, Craig, but triangles are the strong. Like I know, triangles are the strongest shape, right? They have the strongest. If you look at these triangles here,
You-
look up the strongest shape. It's going to be a triangle.
I'm just talking about like the land. It's you know
It's
how
going to
the
it's going to shift and crumble and crack, and everything below it just goes.
yeah, you know how they did terraced not gardening, but farming way back in the old days, before I was born. That's kind of how this community is built. There's like one section of homes, and then above that is another row
Oh, got you. Kind of like on different. I got
cut into
levels.
the mountain. It's all cut in.
I think that'd be fine. But we'll
Yeah,
find out. Let's
it's
hope.
actually
Let's
really
actually hope.
cool.
Let's hope we don't find out.
Yes, exactly. And we did talk about this. We certainly have to bring it up. They've got community gardens in this area.
You know
So,
what? A homage to Adam Carolla. We talked about this.
oh, that's right.
The difference between a rich man and poor man. Community gardens in lower class neighborhoods or lower income. I should say lower classes. That's a bad way to say it. Lower income neighborhoods have community gardens. And now you're telling me in upper class in Corona, California, they have community gardens. So rich man, poor man.
This is definitely upper. We're not going to say class. What are we saying? Upper income.
Upper income, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got an HOA that's 230 or 330. I can't remember exactly how much, and then extra property taxes in the form of special assessments. So, yep, you got to be making some dough to live there.
Yeah. And what are the range of price right now?
So I think they're in the seven, probably mid sevens up to the nines, and it might eke into the low million, range on a really special property.
Nice. And you said this is a little bit more spread out, a little bit more less on top of each other, like Bedford.
Yeah, a little less, a little bit more space, a little bit more yard than Bedford, but it's still kind of that commuter friendly kind of a home where you don't have to do a whole lot of upkeep.
They're a little bit bigger to put pools in, or still a little bit smaller?
Maybe a couple of yards, but I don't think there are many that could really do a pool. I mean, maybe a little lap pool. We've got something like that, but
Sure. And how long has the community been when they built it?
they've been building there for just a couple of years.
Okay.
And they've got a little bit more to go. Not a ton, but they'll probably be building for another year or so.
I'm scrolling on the screen like I'm still sharing it. Today's show is just great. All right, we're gonna jump into Ted's tech tip of the day.
All right, let's see
All
it.
right, you're gonna like this. So, see what I have in my hand here?
I do. Those are cool.
This is an NFC chipped card.
Hmm.
I bought a pack of 10. Arrived, it came in like I ordered it one day, and the next day it came.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the old photos you used to put in your wallet,
Right. Right.
right? And I got it on Amazon, so I'm gonna share my screen. Where's it at? I thought I had that open earlier. Oh, I did. It's this screen. All right, share my screen. Boom. I got them on Amazon for $9 for a pack of 10, and you can get different colors. And so, what exactly is the point of these, right? So let me turn my screen off one more time. Let's maximize me. So here's the phone. You put it next to your phone. I got the right one here. Hold on. Yeah, and it just opened. You can't see it. There we go. Ah, of course. It opens an app, which happens to be my website. So use it in lieu of a business card. You can tap somebody's phone. You can have a VCF file on it. You can have different things. Now, Craig, you heard of a Linktree, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Linktree is actually just a landing page on a website. And inside, let's go here, inside Six Sigma Systems, which we've featured every week now,
Yep.
you can build a Linktree. And I took the liberty of building one for you this morning to demonstrate what you can link to your NFC card. Okay,
cool.
So I'm going to launch it here. You haven't seen this yet, but there's Craig Yace. All right, well, let me blow this up so everybody can really see it. All right, and then do I need to zoom in? No, you can see pretty well, right?
Snake milk.
All right. What? Oh, so we have a link to your website. See our listing, so that if somebody will see your listing, they click on there. Oh, you have a blog, Snake Milking 101, the only guide you need to become an expert milker. Knife defense, how to disarm a knife threat by Craig's sister. And lastly, a link to sandcastles, the art of castle building, because we know that you won the competition. And then you have a video link to our YouTube show, so you can click on that and actually opens up our show. There it is. Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
all that can be tied to your NFC card that you can build for $10. And all you got to do is you got to download. It's NFT. What do I call it? NFT.
NFC.
NFC. That's what. Yeah, that's why I'm messing it up. I was like, why is it not popping up? NFC tools. It's for free. You enter whatever you want to program to. It could be a VCF card. It could be a link like I just showed you. It could be a number of different things. And as simple as your phone number or your contact information. Just tap somebody's phone. Their NFC. Yeah. Did I do it right in NFC? I keep messing it up. We'll read the chip and open it up.
So you program the card. They don't come pre-programmed?
No, you can program to whatever you want. Right. I mean, it takes 2 seconds right from your phone. The options on it. So you go read, write. So you go write, and then you add record. Wow. You can add text, URL, customer link, application, social network, search, files, mail, contact, phone number. It goes on and on and on, what you can add to it. Right. Scott had a good idea. For an Airbnb, you could have a file that has all your login information, all your Netflix, whatever you need to access the system tools, Wi-Fi, etc. When they get in, they just touch their phone on the card. It populates that information on their phone.
Wow, that's cool.
All right, super easy. You can take these also, if you have, like, say, a gym membership that uses these, you can actually program right into your phone. Your phone has the ability, without that app, to add an NFC into the phone itself. So your phone will replace the card.
Oh, wow.
So, in fact, now that I think about it, maybe I can just do that and use my phone to tap somebody. I'm going to try that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't need to buy these cards.
I think phones do have some option. We should look into that.
No, I know for a fact you can do NFC and program it in there. I just didn't think about replacing the card itself. But now that I think about it, you're replacing a gym card. Why can't you replace what you had on this?
Yeah,
you totally could.
Of course.
Maybe that'll be my Ted's Tech Tip of the Day next week.
Yep. Could be.
Craig, it's been a long show, man, and it feels like it's only been it's a total of 20 minutes, but we've been actually going for about an hour. And I've got another show right around the corner. So
Yes.
let's reveal the two things. And I'll go first if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I was the president of the junior high school rocket club. And I don't know if you get the batteries, and you build the rockets. You could get
Yeah.
a catalog, and
I
every
love
week,
those.
oh, it's so fun. You shoot them up, you get a little parachute, and we met every week, and it lasted for two school years. 2 school years that
Wow.
I was involved with it. I started off as just a member, worked my way up the ranks with different rocket builds, and eventually became the president. So
Did you get the
got that
rocket
going
that
for me.
was like twice as tall as you?
Oh, come on. That was second day almost. I'm kidding. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but no, and those things that they shoot up. Now you have to make sure in the right area because you can't go right by an airport, obviously.
Right.
Right area to do them, and you have to have adult supervision so kids don't go do this on your own.
Don't want too many trees; you'll lose it.
Yeah, and let me talk about my kids' drones.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother experience. Now, enough about me, my rocket experience. Let's hear about you and your ants.
Hey, before we do that, speaking of drones,
Yeah.
back when I was a kid, we didn't have drones, but we had those Cox motor engines, and they
What
were
kind of motor?
usually
What?
COX, kind of like the communications company Cox.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And they usually powered a dune buggy or a remote control car. My dad got one that powered a helicopter.
Oh.
And we went to Griffith Park up in LA.
Okay.
And he says, "All right, let me take it up. I'll get the feel for it."
Yep.
And he got that thing stuck way up in a huge pine tree, and actually climbed up to get it. And I thought he was going to fall and die. Anyway,
I had a similar experience with my son's drone. Not a huge pine tree, but I get up in it, and it exhausted me, man. I get up on the tree and I'm shaking the tree, and it would drop a little bit,
Yep.
and you keep shaking.
Get stuck.
But I'm on a branch balancing myself, right? I burned every ounce of glycogen that I had, muscle storage for those short-term bursts of energy to shake the tree. About down passed out. So I understand the struggles that your dad went through.
Yeah.
And he was probably much, much higher than me.
It seemed like it to me. I mean, I was probably 8 years old, so who knows?
It's a little Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So ant farm.
Yes.
Who doesn't like an ant farm, right? Just you had mentioned when we were not live, but we thought we were live.
Yep.
You learn organization. You learn being a boss.
Yep.
You learn leadership. Yep. You learn being a boss, leadership. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
You learn how to follow with orders. And so, yeah, I had this one, but I didn't want to be just like every other kid. So I got fire ants.
Ooh.
Now, my great-grandmother, or not my great-grandmother, my dad's mom, my grandmother, had a property actually that my dad and his father had built out in 29 Palms, which is out near Palm Springs. Mm-hmm. And nobody else around. There's like a house up the street, but I had these fire ants, and they got out.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
And I'm standing there up on a tree, and they are all over me, biting me, and I'm screaming and crying. And she runs over with a bottle of witch hazel. Like, have you ever heard of that?
I mean, who has that on hand?
Right. She poured that all over me, and it burned like crazy. But
did it kill the ants?
It was very short-lived, that ant farm. I did not go into my adulthood.
Yeah, for sure, let's not carry a fire ant farm.
Stupid. This is not politically correct from like the 80s and 90s, and it's certainly not politically correct in today's. It's not woke in today's world. But I'm blonde. I mean, I know this doesn't look super blonde, but when I was a kid, it was towhead blonde, and I'm Polish, so I have a double whammy. I just mess things up all the time.
Where did the Polish jokes go? They used to be very prevalent when we were younger. They just disappeared.
I know you got to run. I know they did. And my dad hated them. And he just you,
It
you
was
know,
all over in the 80s. It was Polish jokes
it
everywhere,
was
and I don't even know why.
it was
One
huge.
of my
And
best friends is Polish.
even in the 70s, he was like, I ate
Argue,
those. And he
hey,
became the best Polish joke teller in the world. If you can't beat him, join him, right?
arguably, the best hot dog you get is a Polish dog.
Oh, absolutely.
So take that, Polish joke makers.
But let me tell you this one
Tell me.
story.
Not here, man. You're good. You're good.
You
Go.
gotta go. Okay. So I've got a friend who married a woman from Germany, and she came out and she was hanging out and getting to meet all of his friends, and that's my go-to if I do something stupid. I go, blonde and Polish. And she goes, I don't understand the Polish reference. I said, well, blondes they've got a reputation for not being that smart, and Poles have a reputation for not being that smart. And she said, no, where I come from, well, I'm probably doing a Jewish accent, anyway.
I
She
feel like
says,
I'm
where I
watching an
come
old episode of Hogan's Heroes, but continue.
yes, exactly. She says, where I'm from in Germany, Poles have a reputation for being car thieves.
Oh,
And on that, we can go ahead, take us out.
we can take it out. For the Real Estate Mortgage Insiders, I'm Ted Hicks. He's Craig Yace. We'll see you next week.